Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will study chapter 3, defense mechanisms of gingiva and host response from subject periodontology from dental pulse. So let's begin. Question 1 is, the predominant cell type in gingival clavicular fluid is the. So its answer is option D, polymorphonuclear leukocyte. Explanation है, the predominant cell type in GCF is the PMN. They account for 92% of total leukocyte, while the mononuclear cells account for 8%. Mononuclear cells were identified as 58% B lymphocyte and 24% T lymphocyte and 18% mononuclear phagocytes. Among the mononuclear cells, 58% are B lymphocytes and 24% are T lymphocyte. The normal T to B lymphocyte ratio in the blood is 3:1 and the value is reversed to about 1:3 in GCF. Now question 2. Gingival clavicular fluid is measured using. So its answer is Warsman filter paper. Its answer is option A, Warsman filter paper. So methods of collecting GCF: placing filter paper into the sulcus, intraclavicular, placing paper at the entrance of the sulcus, extraclavicular, placing pre-weighed twisted threads or micropipettes, and clavicular washings. Okay, in this way we can collect GCF. Now methods of measuring the amount of GCF. The wetted area of the filter paper is stained with ninhydrin and is measured planimetrically under microscope. Okay. Electronic method by using fluid collected on a blotter perio paper and employing electronic transducer called periotron. The paper points, micropipette and pre-weighed twisted threads are used to collect. So the answer is gingival clavicular fluid. Now question 3. Predominant immunoglobulin in gingival clavicular fluid is. So the answer is option B, immunoglobulin G. Predominant immunoglobulin in GCF is IgG. Predominant immunoglobulin in saliva is immunoglobulin A. Although immunoglobulins G, that is IgG, and M, IgM, are present, the preponent immunoglobulin found in the saliva is immunoglobulin A. Major and minor salivary glands contribute all the secretory IgA, SIgA, and lesser amount of IgG and IgM. Okay. It has been shown that IgA antibodies present in parotid saliva can inhibit the attachment of oral Streptococcus species to epithelial cells. Okay. Now question 4. PMNs lying freely in saliva. So the answer is option A, orogranulocytes. Orogranulocytes are the PMNs that reach the oral cavity by migrating through the lining of the gingival sulcus, and their rate of migration into the oral cavity is termed the orogranulocytic migratory rate. Some investigators believe that the rate of migration correlates with the severity of gingival inflammation and is therefore a reliable index to assessing gingivitis. Now question 5. Drug which reaches the maximum concentration in gingival fluid is. So the answer is option A, tetracycline. Tetracycline and metronidazole are excreted through the gingival fluid, which can be used advantageously in the periodontal therapy. Concentration of tetracycline in gingival fluid is 2 to 10 times, average is 7 times that of plasma. Another question on the same concept: which antibiotic has higher levels in GCF as compared to plasma? So the answer is tetracycline. Here option metronidazole is also given, but the answer is tetracycline. Okay. Question 6. Which cell type migrates into the gingival sulcus in large numbers in response to dental plaque? So the answer is option B, neutrophil. Leukocytes constitute a major protective mechanism against the extension of plaque into circus. They are attracted by plaque bacteria. Now question 7. Circular fluid does not perform one of the following functions. Option A, contains plasma protein which may improve adhesion, possesses antimicrobial properties, exerts antibody activity, or provides nutrition to junctional epithelium via diffusion. So the answer is option D, provides nutrition to junctional epithelium via diffusion. Option A, option B and option C are the functions of GCF. Option D is not the function. Question 8. Glucose level in gingival trabecular fluid are. Option A, equal to the glucose level in serum. Option B, 0. Option C, 3 to 4 times greater than serum levels. Option D, more than 10 times the serum levels. So the answer is option C, 3 to 4 times greater than the serum levels. Glucose concentration in GCF is 3 to 4 times greater than in serum. This is not only due to the metabolic activity of adjacent tissues but also as a function of the local microbial flora. The protein content of GCF is less than that of serum. Okay. Now question 9. It is likely that cell-mediated immune reactions, delayed hypersensitivity, occurs in periodontitis because subjects with periodontitis have. Option A, high levels of histamine in involved gingival tissue. Option B, IgG antibodies reactive with plaque bacterial antigens. Option C, T lymphocytes sensitized to bacterial plaque antigens. Option D, high levels of collagenase in gingival fluid. So the answer is T lymphocytes sensitized to bacterial plaque antigen. Explanation है, cell mediated immune reactions or delayed hypersensitivity does not involve antibodies but is based on the interaction of the antigens with the surface of T lymphocytes. Okay. Now question 10. Leukotoxin is. Option A, kills neutrophils. Option B, attracts neutrophils. Option C, aggregates neutrophils. Option D, enhance phagocyte activity. So the answer is option A, kills neutrophils. Leukotoxin is an exotoxin produced by Aggregatibacter actinomycetum comitans which has toxic effects on EMNs. This enables these microorganisms to invade the host defense of phagocytosis. Now question 11. The most potent bone resorbing interleukin is. Option A, interleukin 8. Option B, interleukin 1b. Option C, interleukin 5. Option D, interleukin 3. So the most potent bone resorbing interleukin is option B, interleukin 1b. So interleukin 1 A and B includes osteoclast activating factor OAF which causes bone resorption and lymphocyte activating factor which has the ability to stimulate proliferation of T cells. Interleukin 1 and TNF, that is tumor necrosis factor, are key cytokines in the pathogenesis of periodontitis. Question 12. Leukotoxin is released by. The answer is option D, Aggregatibacter actinomycetum comitans. Leukotoxin is released by A, actinomycetum comitans. Question 13. Plaque is considered as infection because. Option A, antibiotic prevents its formation. Option B, its presence is evidence of bacterial growth. Option C, it is communicable between experimental animals and probably humans. Option D, all of the above. So its answer is option D, all of the above. Explanation है, Robert Koch developed the criteria by which a microorganism can be judged to be the causative agent in human infections. These are called as Koch's postulates. Sigmund Sokransky proposed criteria by which periodontal microorganisms may be judged to be potential pathogens. They are: be associated with disease with increase in number of organisms at diseased sites, be eliminated or decreased with treatment, demonstrate host response, demonstrate virulence factor, and be capable of causing disease in experimental animals. The pathogenic potential of bacteria within the plaque varies from individual to individual and from one gingival site to other gingival site. Now question 14. The gingival clavicular fluid is increased in all except option A gingivitis, option B smoking, option C periodontal pocket, option D trauma from occlusion. So answer is trauma from occlusion. Gingival clavicular fluid increase in gingivitis, smoking and periodontal pocket, but not in trauma from occlusion. Question 15. The inorganic component of subgingival plaque is derived from. So the question is subgingival plaque. So the answer is gingival clavicular fluid. And the inorganic component of supragingival plaque is derived from option A, that is saliva. Okay. Now question 16. Gingival fluid is a. So the answer is exudate. Some considered GCF as a transudate, but others considered it as an inflammatory exudate. Okay. Question 17. What are the cells that produce PGE2 in the periodontium? Options are macrophages, option B fibroblast, option C neutrophils, option D both A and B. So the answer is option D, both A and B. The cells that produce PGE2 in the periodontium are macrophages and fibroblasts. PGE2 induces the secretion of metallomatrix proteins and osteoclastic bone resorption and contributes to the loss of alveolar bone as seen in periodontitis. Okay. Now question 18. To identify key microorganisms in periodontal disease, Koch's postulate have been modified by. So its answer is Sokransky. We have studied about it in explanation 13 also. So answer is Sokransky. Question 19. The last question of this chapter. The bacterial enzyme detected in gingival clavicular fluid is option A fibronectin, option B cytokines, option C phospholipase, option D myeloperoxidase. So the answer is option C phospholipase. The enzymes in GCF can be host derived or produced by the bacteria in the gingival crevice. The following enzymes are detected in GCF: beta glucuronidase, which is lysosomal enzyme; lactic acid hydrogenase, which is a cytoplasmic enzyme; collagenases from PMN, fibroblast or bacterial origin; and phospholipases, which is a lysosomal enzyme. The majority of GCF elements detected thus far are the enzymes. Okay, so we have done all the questions from this chapter. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe to this channel, as it motivates me to make more videos of such kind. Thank you so much. And yes, keep studying because it's all going to worth it.